Welcome back, my Duelist friends. Casual Duelist here, and happy Monday. Good way to start off the week is with today's video. Today's video is going to be concerning the versus system. So, a lot of people played this for a while. This was a great card game. I've got a few decks. No, it's been too long. I don't remember all of the rules anymore. I remember that it had a resource system. I think you drew twice a turn. I think decks had to be a 60-card deck. This was a good deck at the time when me and my friends were playing, so I just want to review this one with you guys. But this system of gaming was so much fun because it put to bed a lot of old arguments. A lot of people, especially in comic shops, like to argue about which characters would pack up and body other characters. And this game let us do it. At least it let us do this between Marvel. And again, it was like all of Marvel, good guys, bad guys. You could mix them, you could do crossovers, you could share like the not exactly typings, but you could share themes if they were. And then of course it cross-played with DC. DC had a bunch of really great decks. I think World's Finest was probably like one of the top tier like DC side, and like World Breaker Hulk was like one of the best you could play on the Marvel side. And then there was like a Hellboy expansion too. So like they brought in a Dark Horse comic. It was amazing. So today's deck is going to be dealing with Doom, Dr. Doom, because number one, he's a great character. Two, one of my friends in my D&D play group is creating a character based off of Doom, which is cool. Doom 2099. If you guys get a chance, go take a look at the artwork for that character. It's actually pretty sweet. But without any further ado, let's just I'm going to separate this into the 3 card types. I think it is 4 card types, and we'll start going over it. So first and foremost, the characters. So I do have 3 copies of Doom Guards. So the way that these guys work is while defending, non-army Doom characters you control get +1 defense. And it goes power and defense. Doom, it is an army character, which means I can have more than one of these in play at a time, which is pretty sick. And the other thing I love about this is not only do the illustrators get the direct credit on the cards, but I want to say every one of these is ripped right out of the comic panels too. So again, just for nostalgia's sake, if you grew up reading any of these books, like these decks are a lot of fun to see. So again, you run 3 of these guys. Then I got 2 copies of Shock T. And I guess the other thing I forgot to mention is like this is how much resource it costs to play them. This would mean that this character could attack with range or whatever, because it was like a front row and a back row and like a hidden row. This is 1 power, 2 defense. Whenever a character you control is put in a KO'd pile during the combat phase, target character gets -2 defense this turn. So there is a possible way to just keep knocking characters out. Again, really cool character, really cheap and easy to play. So it is what it is. Next, we've got 3 copy of the Moloids. One of them being a shiny copy. These are again another army character. These do have the range. Exhaust character that you control named Dr. Doom or named Mole Man. Then put Moloids from your KO'd pile into your front row. Use this only during the build phase and only if Moloids is in the KO'd pile. So again, it's just sort of like a continuously like reinforcing army card, but it is a 2/1, which is nice. Next up, we've got 3 copies of Valeria Von Doom. Again, cool character. She's the heir of Latveria, as you can tell from the text here. She belongs to both the groups of Doom and Fantastic Four, so you could play it in either deck without needing a crossover plot twist card. Does have range, is a 1/1, plays on 1. You may discard a card rather than pay the cost for this, which again could speed this out. This card is considered to be Dr. Doom. So again, Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelists, this is nothing new. We see this with decks like Cyber Dragon, Harpy Ladies, and there are a couple of others where cards do just change their name. This is going to be like that. Whenever you play a plot twist from your resource row, draw a card, then discard a card. So again, gives us a lot of options. Really cool card. Definitely worth playing. Next, I have one copy of Christoph von Doom, and I think this is just because I only had the one. And again, this is like a character that would later become Doom. He's a 1/2 on 2, considered to be Doom in play. Army Doom characters you control get +1 attack and 1 defense while this is in play. So again, nothing new. A lot of stat building, very good stuff. We have the Doombot, basically Mach 2. It is another type of army character, so if I had more than one, this would be it more than one. This does have a tapping effect that allows us to target Doom characters that you control. Target a Doom character you control, and it gets +1/1 during this attack. And again, the one thing I didn't so much love about this game was the continual change of the layout of the card. So this is going to be 2 power, 3 defense, and this has range and flying. So again, this is a little harder to tell than the ones where all the stuff is on the side. Next, we have a copy of Kang, part of Doom and the Kang Council. Range 2/2 on 2. Kang is not unique, so kind of like Army without the army. Think like clone status from Naruto, maybe. The effect here: activate, reveal a card from your hand named Doom or Kang. Tap, exhaust target character with cost 2 or less. And maybe that's not a tap effect. Maybe that's just a then do this. Again, it's been a minute. We do play Mole Man because we do have the Moloids. He is going to be part of the Doom deck. He is going to be a 2/3 on 2. Pay 1 resource point, replace a plot twist you control, which just means flip it back face down, I believe. Target player loses X endurance, which is hit points, where X is the cost of the plot twist you replaced. Use this once per turn. So again, pretty strong effect, helps us wear down the opponents. Next up, I have 2 copies of Lancer. This is another like specific named character. This one has range. It's a 3/3 for 2. We can stun Lancer, and stun, I guess, is the tap. Whenever a character you control named Doom stuns a character this turn, you may stun a character with cost 3 or less, which is good. Stun might be flipping it face down, now that I'm thinking about it. Next up, I have a Doombot, just a generic, not Mach 2. Again, you get tap KO, ready, target Dr. Doom. If I had more, I would be playing more. This has range. It is a 3/4 on 3. Next up, I have 2 copies of the Robot Seeker. Now, this is an army character. It is Doom. It is a 3/4 range on 3. When Robot Seeker comes into play, name a character. Whenever this attacks a character with that name, gets +3 attack for the attack. And no, I don't remember what the binary is. So again, it was pretty good. Another one that was allowed with a sort of like crossover in its own effect was Iron Man. And this is part of the Illuminati storyline, I believe. It makes him part Doom, part Avengers. He's flying, he's range, he's 4/5 on 3. The effect is free. Reveal the top card of your deck. If you revealed a plot twist, Iron Man gets +3 attack this round. Use this only once per turn. And again, it's because it's a free effect. If you revealed a plot twist and you could just do it infinitely, this card would be broken. So there's that. We do have a Dr. Doom right here. This is a 5/4 range on 3. When Doom comes into play, you may shuffle your deck, search your deck for a plot twist, reveal, shuffle deck, place card on top of deck. Additional effect, KO a character you control, replace a resource you control. Use this power only once per turn. Again, Dr. Doom, pretty cool character. Next up, we have some Doombot Corpse. We've got 3 copies. Again, has the army status up top, so these can all be in play at the same time. 5/4 flying range on 3. Pay 3 endurance if you do not control a character named Dr. Doom. Doombot Corpse has the name Dr. Doom and loses all other names this turn. Use this power only once per turn. And again, a lot of cards require you to have a Doom on your side of the field, so it's just another cheap way of making sure that that's always a thing. And it looks as though I've messed up, as there was actually a 4th one, and it was foil. I only picked up 3 of them. I don't know why. Next up, we do have one copy, Mr. Fantastic. He's Doom Fantastic 4, 7/4 range on 4. Considered to be Dr. Doom while in play. When Mr. Fantastic comes into play, you may put up to 2 Army Doom character cards with combined cost 3 or less from the KO back into the front row. So again, a little bit of like a reinforcement. Next, we've got 2 copies of Ultron being considered a Doom character here. This one is going to be a 7/7 on 4 with flying and range. Discard an army card to power up Ultron. Discard Ultron to power up target army character. So again, I don't remember what power up means anymore, but it was a 7/7 on 4. So just that alone makes him cool. Next up, we have 3 copies Robot Enforcer, another army card. And I just kind of like the way that this one looks. Gives me big Juggernaut vibes. This Doom card has range, 6/6 on 4. When the Enforcer attacks, if you control another Army Doom character, target player discards a card from their hand. And again, that's awesome. Next, we have a Christoph Von Doom. This is going to be a 10/9 on 5 with range. You are considered to control Doom. Your opponents cannot play non-team up plot twists with the same name as a face-up resource, which is good. Then we have Victor Von Doom II, the Son of Doom. 8/8 range flyer on 5, considered to be controlling Dr. Doom. At the start of the combat phase, target opponent chooses one of the following. Either this card gets +2 attack this turn, or gets +2 defense this turn. Or that player loses 5 endurance. So they can choose not to give him any additional power, but if they do that, they have to take the hit point loss. Next up, we have Doom. We have Ultron 2, Ultron the Second. Not exactly sure how I'm supposed to read this one. This one is hybrid between Doom and the Masters of Evil. It's going to be a 9/8 flying and range. Whenever Ultron is placed in a KO'd pile from play, you may remove 4 other cards in your KO'd pile from the game. If you do, put Ultron from your KO'd pile back to the front row at the start of your next phase. So again, he's a little unkillable, but the cost is a bit higher, so it is a thing. Next, 2 copies of Dr. Doom Future Perfect. This is going to be a 12/12 flying range on 6. When enters play, draw a card. When leaves play outside of recovery phase, turn a plot twist you control face down. So again, nice. We got a 7 cost, 16/14 with range. Again, Dr. Doom, this time Fearsome Monarch. Each opponent can't play plot twists with the same name as a card in their KO'd pile or resource row while you control another non-stunned Doom character. So again, very cool. And then the last character we are playing one copy of Dorma, the Atlantean General. And again, this is going to be a flying 16/15. The effect here, KO a character you control. Characters you control get +1 attack while attacking this turn. Use this only during the combat phase. So again, really cool. A bunch of cool characters. Next up, we're going to go over some equipment, because in the Versus system, they do have equipment. Sometimes it equips 2 people. Most of the time, I think it equips 2 people, and it gives them additional effects. So I only use 3 equip cards in this. We have some decoy programs, and these cast on nothing, so these are just free to put in play. They are unique, so you can only control one of them at a time, I believe. Equips only to Army Doom character that you control. Equipped character loses their names and gains the name Dr. Doom, because again, that was super important in this deck. And then we have 1 copy, the Armor of Doom, which is also pretty cool. You can again equip this only to Dr. Doom. KO, the Armor of Doom, equipped character cannot be stunned by this attack. So it's sort of like you got to break them twice when you have this. We do have some locations, and by some I mean we play the same one 3 times. We are going to be using the Arsenal of Doom, which is again a really cool card. Activate, look at the top card of your deck. You may put that card into the KO'd pile. So again, if you don't like it, just toss it. Again, activate the effect. Remove target Army Doom character from the KO pile from the game. You may recruit that card this turn. So again, recruiting that card should be placing it in play. And then we've got plot twists. Now, plot twists were some of the most fun that you had in this. And again, some of them do have like continuous effects. They'll be called ongoing. Most of the time, they're just like a quick effect. And a couple of them will be ongoing, and they will actually have like the crossover ability. Now, if they had a crossover ability and this deck does not, what that would mean is while we have people of two factions on my side of the field, I may do a crossover and allow them to be considered the same faction. So like everything in here was Doom. We could do Doom in the Fantastic Four, play the best Doom cards, play some of the best Fantastic Fours, and then do a crossover. So every Fantastic Four card is considered Doom and every Doom card is considered Fantastic Four. This really allows you to expand play. But let's get into the plot twist so we get you out of here, right? So the first one I have is a single copy of Diplomatic Immunity. This is one of the ongoing ones. You can tell because we have the clock. It'll also say it. You pay 1 endurance. Choose one of the effects. Move a visible character you control named Doom to your hidden area, or move a hidden character you control named Doom to your visible area. This is once per turn. This is pretty good. This can make one of your characters basically like unassailable. Next, we use a copy of Super Genius. Play this only from the resource row, so this has to be in the resource row to be played. Draw a card if you do not control Dr. Doom. Discard a card. Again, we've got so many effects that say it. If I had more of this, I would be using more of this. Then we've got The Devil We Know, and we're running a full set of 4 copies. And target defender you control gets +2 attack this turn if that character has the Doom affiliation, which I believe every card in our deck did. Whenever an attacker or defender becomes stunned this attack, KO that attacker or defender. So again, pretty good. We do play 2 copies of the Mask of Doom as an additional cost to this KO character that you control, which is again why we play a lot of army, especially with, I think it was the Moloids that can just keep jumping back out for us. Search your deck for a card named Dr. Doom, reveal it, put it in your hand, and shuffle your deck. Now, this is not going to be the ones I think that later change their names when in play. Instead, I think it does have to be like one of the ones that's named Doom, but it's a good searcher. Next up, I've got a single copy of the Fervent Research. Play only if you control a Doom-affiliated character, and only play this one from your hand. When you play this, reveal the top 5 of your deck. Put a revealed plot twist into your hand and the rest at the bottom of your deck. It's essentially Excavate from Yu-Gi-Oh! We do have the Unthinkable. This, again, pretty cool plot twist. Target Doom attacker or defender you control gets +4 attack. This attack or +2 defense this attack. At the start of the recovery phase this turn, KO that character. So essentially, it's just a big overpowering thing. It's meant to take characters and cross them off the board. Next up, we're going to be using 2 copies Astral Suppression as an additional cost. To play this, exhaust a character you control named Dr. Doom. Again, we've got so many names that count. Choose one. KO target stunned character, or target player reveals their hand and then discards a non-character card of your choice. So again, depending on the type of control you need at the moment, this card is going to be a little more versatile. And then the last 2 cards we're going to use 2 copies Faces of Doom. And the way this works, play only if you control Dr. Doom, which again, we're going to. Search your deck for a card named Dr. Doom, reveal it, and put it in your hand. So again, we've got another couple searchers. It costs a little higher. But again, we do control enough Dooms. This will help us get into our higher level cards. And it means that we can play less of them. This way we can just play with better ratios. So, hopefully you guys have enjoyed that. If you guys want to see a couple more decks like this, let me know. Obviously, I'll eventually show them anyway. But if you guys did enjoy it, I might show them sooner rather than later. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. It's another look at another game that hasn't been played for a little while. And hopefully you guys are going to enjoy that and look forward to the rest of the Speed Duel content this week. So for now, my friends, see you later.